Hi, everybody. It's Brian Swanson, and welcome to another edition of Unscripted. Today, I'm joined by my friend Cheryl, and we're going to be talking about Suicide Awareness Month, which is in the month of September. Cheryl, why don't you tell our audience a little bit about yourself?
Hi, everyone. So great to be here and have a chance to speak with you. I'm a licensed professional counselor in Missouri and Kansas, and I'm also a counselor educator.
Awesome. Wonderful. Well, mental health is quite a big deal, regardless of what year it is. But I feel that in the past couple of years, mental health has been on our minds even more than what it was prior to the pandemic, or just kind of where we are in our country. And that's a good thing, I think, because mental health is so important. But when it comes to suicide, there were some, I think, statistics that kind of worried me with people that struggled. And Suicide Awareness Month has been in September for a long time, I assume. But why would suicide awareness be something that all of September is devoted to?
Well, suicide is a very serious concern in the United States alone. It's the 10th leading cause of death. And in people who are ages 10 to 34, it's the second leading cause of death, second only to unintentional injury. So it's important because there's something that we can all do to be of help to prevent suicide. If we're educated and we understand what the warning signs are and how we can respond to people, it's worth a month time with those staggering statistics.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that it was the second leading cause for 10 to 34-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
That's
yes.
And 10th leading cause in the US.
Yes.
That kind of blows my mind that it's there. And it's something that affects so many people. And regardless of how close you are to someone, I think that what shakes me is when someone does die by suicide, it's a shock.
Yeah.
So, what do you wish that people understood about suicide and struggling with those thoughts?
Well, first of all, it's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. You've probably all heard that before. But that it's talking with someone about it is not going to make them take their life by suicide. That also that what's really important to know is that this is a person's suicide is their best plan at that time. That's the best that they can do with an inability really to think forward into their life.
Yeah, well, that makes a lot of sense because they can't see past that problem, and so that I've never heard it put that way, that it's their best plan, and not that it is the best, but they're just not able to come up with an alternative that's healthier that we would want to have them pursue.
Right.
Wow. Yeah. So what are things that we could say or do to anyone who shares that they're struggling with suicidal thoughts with us? Because to me, when I've talked with people when I was a youth pastor, and I'd be on the phone with students or just talking with them one-on-one, and there are a lot of times where I'd trying to rack my brain, how can I help them see that they have worth and value, and that I love them, and I don't want them to pursue that. What are some practical things, do you think?
Well, practical things, World Health Organization and International Association of Suicide Prevention recommends that you ask, listen, respond, and follow up. So asking, you want to know direct questions. Do you have thoughts of taking your life, of killing yourself? Are you thinking about suicide? And ways to broach that topic, which can seem challenging at first, might be even the words, I'm concerned, I know you and I'm concerned about you. Is there something going on? Or I notice the stress level that the stresses you're carrying, and how can I help? What's going on? Are you having thoughts? Does it ever feel so dark that you think of taking your life?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm here.
Right. Yeah. So I think what I hear you saying is just being direct with that person and open.
Yes.
to say, if you're struggling, talk.
Right.
It seems like that is such a simple thing that, anyone can do, is just get someone else to talk and open up.
Yes.
So,
and then listen for what's important. Do you hear any thoughts of future planning? Are there any community supports? Listen for the positives and the strengths that they might be able to articulate, and listen for what's not said and what's not there. Listen for a plan. Listen for a means. Looking for a timeline. Asking those questions. How might you do it? Have you thought about it? Do you have a plan? And looking, are they seeking out means to do something to themselves?
Yeah. So if I'm in a conversation with someone and I find those things out, that they have a plan, or they've put more thought into it than just, maybe I'd be better off not being here anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Where do I go with that? How do I take that next step besides telling them that they shouldn't do that they're loved?
Well, first of all, take it seriously, and then have the perspective that you are the person to help them. Don't leave them alone. Accompany them to the emergency room. Accompany them to a mental health clinic. If you need, call 911, but do not leave that person, and be there for them and tell them, I'm here and we're in this together, so they don't feel alone.
That's great. Yeah. I think the presence part of it is such a key component, just so that someone knows that someone is there for them and isn't going to leave. Right. That's crucial.
Right. So. And after you lead someone to a place where they can be evaluated and have professional help, then be that person there to follow up. Call them. The phone call is much more intimate than a text or an email, and you can do those as well. But call them after they come out of that crisis, and perhaps be that person who goes with them to their appointment, or encourages them to attend a follow-up visit.
That's great. Well, Cheryl, thank you so much for all those practical applications of how to help someone, and just how important it is to be present with that person, and be direct and ask questions, get them talking. So we're going to put some phone numbers and different resources in the description and in the comments. And so if you just want to maybe put that on your phone app, the Notes phone app, so that you have that. If you know people who have struggled with this in the past, or just you want to be there for someone and have that on the ready, I think that would be a great thing to have. So I'm going to do that as soon as we get those resources listed. So we invite you to do that, challenge you to do that. So thank you for joining us. And don't forget, this is a crucial, important topic, and always need to be on the lookout for the people we love, or the people that we kind of see are struggling. We've got to be there for one another. So Cheryl, thank you again for joining us, and thank you for watching Unscripted again. Have a great day.